Think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
It's been a long journey. We've been together
It
for
has.
81 sessions now, which
Very long.
is, if we did a session every single week and consistent, it wouldn't be over a year. It'd be a year and a half. But it's been
No, we've been
over
doing
2
this
years.
for 2 years.
It's
No,
been
that's
over.
okay.
So it's fine.
It's been a fun 2 years.
It
It
has.
has been. And
We've
I'm
be-
looking forward to the next season already, but we must give this season its due.
True.
we must have the world bow down and worship.
No.
So
Not one answer at all.
as far as announcements go, the main one would be this is going to be the last D&D stream until the next D&D stream, the new campaign,
2024.
which will be in 2024. Most likely in January. I have a lot of work to do, as the start of any new campaign is always a lot more work than weekly sessions, so we'll see. Could be a
And I
busy
reassure you, if
holiday
we just
season.
spend a couple of sessions just doing basic goblin fights and whatnot, getting into the character, that's perfectly valid, not like doing a whole lot of world exploration.
Yeah, but there's a lot. You guys have changed the world a lot, which we'll get into in a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, as far as announcements go, I don't think we have any other announcements needed right now. Hey, Abra, you're beautiful. So that being said, Asker, you wouldn't mind taking us away for the final Asker's recap?
The final Asker's recap. It's crazy that we've gotten this far.
I know.
We did it. That's really the recap. We successfully saved the world. A whole bunch of shenanigans happened in doing so. Crazy fucking magic, crazy abilities. I don't know that any of these players could do so much fucking damage. It was like, just listening to the numbers, I'd be like, holy shit, that is so much damage. It's insane. Those are really cool fights, and we successfully saved the world. And then we sacrificed a whole bunch of angels and fucking shunted them all the gods out of this existence. And now we have 1 month of time for us to kind of set things in order, which is what this session is going to be, before we also get shunted into our own personal planes of existence. So, a good time had for all.
Yep, that it most definitely does. So, that being said, let me make sure I have the right open. Yeah, there we go. That works. And oh yeah, who wants to start? I'd heard some guesses about starting with Cypher, since Cypher was the one who had to go last time.
And I would be down for that if you're willing for it, you know? So it's just like, you know, we ended our ascension with you, and so let's see what you get started in doing.
I will set the scene for you all, just so you all know. This is essentially, you have just banished Lustraught, and all of you, between those of you with magic and the ability to help, are able to get to wherever you want to go. Whether it's by getting shunted through a tree, teleportation magic, hopping on a giant boat, teleporting to giant boats. You guys have a lot of options. So, that being said, Cypher, do you want to start, or do you want me to start elsewhere?
No, I can start. So I pick up in a lab 3 tanks, 3 distinctive people growing. A chubby man, middle-aged, a young skinny man, and a teenage girl. The 4 ciphers are proud of themselves. They all look around. We've kept our promise. It took a while, but we've brought their bodies back. And reconnecting the souls to the body will not be the hard part. But I fear we will not see the end of this process. So one of the ciphers goes, I'm going to leave them notes and some treasure. He takes out the ornate spell book ciphers always had, brimming with new notes, new spells, and lays it down. Good. With that, 4 skeletons walk in the room. Custom made this time. Very detailed orders. And the 4 ciphers decide to part from their lab to go see the world before they're shunted away and to see what friends are up to.
With that, Bethany, get all of their names right.
Gibson and Phil.
Yep. I was like, I remember Bethany. Bethany's the one that we've seen a lot of. Including you playing Bethany for a little bit there.
Yep.
They start to grow and eventually get there to be fully formed, but that is after you have been shunted.
Yep. I feel after that, Cypher would return to the tower of his master.
The destroyed tower?
Yeah, I should say the destroyed tower. Looking it over. This was supposed to be mine. I will build a grand tower in the afterlife. All the dead will go through it and marvel at what I've created. It'll be the tower to connect all the domains, and I will be its master.
Ah, yes, no megalomania here. Very humble.
You would say?
Castle
The
of
main-
the Lich.
Yep. And the main cipher looking at the wreckage. It'd be a shame not to leave a parting gift here. Some skeletons run up and start clearing away the rubble. And, what will Cypher leave behind? Oh. He'll take off his symbol of ploming he wore, kind of a last reminder, and place it in the ground. It's fitting to leave this here. My master died here. The old gods are gone, but I feel something should remain, and what a better place for it than where my master died. And with that, skeletons will reassemble the rubble as he leaves. Another Cypher is walking through the streets of Rolla, marveling at what's being built. She didn't take my advice well, but that's to be expected. Her common sense wasn't the best. And I am only one of many Cyphers at this moment. I feel the main could have convinced her better, but it will be a wonderful city. I'll give it my blessing. The dead shall defend it in its greatest need. May the graves be the last line of defense. Just for Asker,
Wait, what are the graves defending? Hold on.
the
Asker's
country
Kingdom.
if it's ever needed. But that'll be a surprise for whoever's ruling at the time.
Yeah.
That's not getting noted down at all.
Mm-hmm. The people
just picturing
strangely
Asker from
finally
the
ended
afterlife.
fighting on their side.
Just ask her in the afterlife, I'm going to kill him. I don't know how, but I will find a way.
You won't be the one who controls that, but I will take control briefly. Just to kill him.
Anything
You know,
else?
I feel they're one of the big simulacrum cipher, the duplicate one from the epic level spell, will probably approach Kai.
Are you specifically looking for Kai or whichever of them you find?
Whichever one he finds.
So, it takes a little bit of time to scry and find, especially as you're trying to actually scry the Master of Magic. But you're able to locate him eventually. And you find Kai working away at some gemstone, just magic pouring into it.
I see you're doing well.
Of course I am.
I've come as the Master of Death. You have a sword that violates my domain quite badly. A sword full of souls. And I was wondering if we could negotiate a trade.
And what does a Master of Death, a God of Death, have over the God of Magic that you'd like to trade? Because I know what soul sits in this sword that's so valuable to you.
Well, I could offer you a magical artifact, but I feel none of that would intrigue you. And I do want that without causing too many issues. So as long as it does not violate this new natural order, I will offer you a favor. A favor from the God of Death could be very useful. A promising disciple brought back. A soul barred from the afterlife. There's many things. Well, can't bar a soul. That goes against my new teachings. But you can
Destroy
be creative
it
with
before
it.
it goes to a nice afterlife, just...
Okay, let the DM get this straight. You specifically found Kai, whichever one it was, and it was Kai, and he's the one you're offering the deal to. Okay.
Yep, as long as it does not violate one of the new natural laws of the natural order.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as his sword just kind of floats into the air. This one, it was more of Lustraught's pitiful magic anyway. But I'll take you. And I'll keep it in mind for if I ever...
And with that, the duplicate cipher will take the sword and vanish.
That changes what I wrote for something. I assume you're breaking the artifact at some point to release the souls?
Yes.
Okay. We'll get to the results of what happens with that later. It takes the duplicate cipher until the end of the month to fully, like, as whatever happens, he finishes it then.
Okay.
Anything else from any of the ciphers?
No, I think that's good.
And so, who do you volunteer next?
I volunteer Asker.
Yeah, death leads on to life.
Death leads on to
hope.
Asker's hope.
Yep.
Asker is pretty easy. Other than the fact that Dragon Husbando is going to carry her everywhere since she's not going to let him out of her sight. Because she's got a month with him, and she is making the most of it until he dies some many years down the line. Because Asger is forcing him to promise that he is going to stay alive and be the best goddamn single parent running a country for the 2 children we have.
He didn't sign up for this.
That's too damn bad. So he's gonna have to do that. It's also going to be Asger is going to like finish filling out her entire journal of everything that has happened. Because it's been a minute since she's had the time to just sit and write in her journal. She's going to find the pages probably a little bit more dented and torn up from people picking her journal out of her pocket while she had slept through the past couple of months of journeys. And just like, so she'll be transferring her travel journal into like a full tome so that she can pass that along to the kids, as well as writing each of them like 40 fucking letters for their birthdays. So each year they will have another fucking letter from Asker until they are very old and all of that. So I was like, Asker's basically just doing that the entire time. She's nothing crazy. She's just setting up the home, making sure that Dragon Husbando is going to not have any issues with taking over after she's gone. And, you know, making sure that everything continues to work out like she set it up to.
So you name Gojira as Lord Protector Gojira until the children are ready to command.
Correct.
About 2 weeks in, you get besieged by what you're informed is a knight of renown. And you're in your throne, and you watch as Sir Tristram the Brave walks into the throne room.
I had a feeling. I was just thinking, it's that goddamn tiger boy. And then you did the thing.
My queen, Aska, I beseech thee. It seems as if Rolla is fine. I am ready to go to my home, to go and right Ashenbrook. I beseech thee, will you let me lead a force there?
Asger is going to just, like, come off of throne, down steps, fucking hug him, and just go, absolutely. I will be making sure that in 2 weeks' time, that Gojira will be leading a ship with you to make sure that your mission is successful. You shall be the one in charge, but know that you have the full might of the army behind you to make sure that your home is retaken and kept safe as it should be. We appreciate all that you have done for us while you have been here, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Gojira might want to stay on this continent and appoint a new head of the military.
Gojira does say, actually, he's like, my queen, I will be busy with other matters in 2 weeks.
Just take the kids with you.
No. The whole country
You
still
have
needs
a
him.
baby artist with a small child as they are going into battle. Those kids are going to learn early.
Sir Tristram, I can swear you will have the best military with. But I apologize. I will be taking charge and rebuilding Rolla. What do you mean? Where will our queen be? She and her companions will be sadly leaving us in the end of 2 weeks. But my queen, I must make you a meal tonight. We will celebrate.
Asker just looks at him for I've been craving one of your meals for so long. It's so nice to be home and off of the road and back to some form of normalcy.
Mhm.
And with that,
Asker's getting the best food!
Asker does get some of the best food, as long with anyone who is within contactable range and wants to get there within 2 weeks.
Making a note. 2 weeks in, we travel through a tree and eat heartily.
And I believe there's a cipher that's around, so they're able to do sendings to everyone and be like, hey, one last celebration and roll up.
Christian
Take
mail
it
for
back.
everyone.
Cypher's name will be forgotten, but there will be a communication system called the CypherNet.
Good. Yes.
That's great.
Asker does plan to leave a book of holy text for her religion as well that will be passed down. I'm working on it. It's been kind of a crazy week.
You're good.
Yeah.
I don't need everything, so I will need it set up, everything from all of you for your guys' deities, unless you want me to go crazy with it, before December.
That makes sense. That can definitely be done.
So, Asker, who do you nominate?
The one and only Aurora, of course. Hopefully, life.
I'm also gonna take some more drinks.
I have so many plans. Okay. So,
Yeah.
along the line of just making an absolute shit ton of notes for her kids,
Mhm.
but basically, she's going to go to each one of her friends, get a specific one from them to introduce them to her family as also part of her family.
Okay.
So, like, Shirku's going to be introduced as not related by blood or magic. Because, yeah, but everyone else is going to be introduced by blood and magic.
And you are able to easily get all the notes, especially because in 2 weeks you find out, grand little get together in Rolla.
Mhm.
Very specific case, or I guess travel, is Aurora taking Osrius and the kids to see Ashra. And
Mhm.
I believe Osrius can teleport us there because he is Mage Boy.
Yeah, would you like to get
They
into
are.
that now and get into that for the first 2 weeks?
She also
Or is
has
that
to
second 2
find.
weeks?
I
Mhm.
don't know. She also has to do something with Cypher.
Mhm.
There are plenty of
'Cause I was-
ciphers to be found.
That is true.
So shenanigans can be had in. Wait, no, Cypher's banned from Paradise.
Cypher is banned from Paradise explicitly. There is
Yeah.
one. I know. I got a little tongue sticking out there. It's like
Bad face.
you cause enough trouble in your time of madness. All the ciphers are banned, and all of your cultists are banned, and your church followers banned.
But yeah, at Paradise, Aurora's going to be setting up a later date to travel to Paradise. Not from her, but with Osrius and the kids back to Paradise when they're all.
Yeah.
Older.
And I
Grown
was
up,
thinking
you
that
know?
in the wake of the fight and seeing you again and talking with you and learning that you have kids, Asher would just we go and find a tree, we go and we pick up your kids and Osrius, and we just go straight to paradise.
Yeah, that works.
I want to, scoop up the kids and the little, we have to shapeshift down so we can hold them properly and do our utmost to give them their blessings. And sort of early on, actually back in the Mila days, I had gotten 3 gemstones of re-rolling a saving throw. So I was thinking of taking 2 of those, 1 for each twin, and putting
Also,
it...
technically, Dressage would also be coming with us.
Yeah, the
Just
Oh,
baby,
that they're
the kid
also
just-
still part of the family.
fair enough. And so we can have for Dressage, and I wanted to put that into the kids, so if they're possibly player character and whatnot, and have it additionally enchanted so that when the gem breaks and gives them the successful saving throw, it also afterwards reveals the secrets of the family bond with Astra, LaFay, and Paradise, and lets them know that they always have a safe home in Paradise. And I already have that in my notes that I sent to you, so you don't have to write down with all that fury.
Yeah, but there's also... I'm just writing down the general notes of any artifacts that are left behind by you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because reasons.
Yeah. And then once the 2-week mark hits, Aurora is going to make some potions with Asger for their kids.
And I'll help. I'll help tree walk them back, and we all go to the party and meet those kids as well.
And then what else did you want to do with Cypher?
We're making a life-death joint relic.
Okay. Any ideas, or just...
I had ideas for my half being like potentially healing, potentially a revive, and like just going along with the life kind of vibe.
So is this going to be like a staff, or is this going to be like... What are you two thinking? Because both of you are proficient in a staff.
I think I am proficient in quarterstaffs.
You are. You're a monk.
I know I am.
I was like, that's one of the very few things that both of you are proficient in. Or it could be just a unique item. I don't remember what those are called. I can't right now. I like the idea of a staff. A staff of life and death.
It does
Now
fit.
that of Cypher is.
I will... Don't worry about the stats on that. I'll get that. Okay. Anything else?
Obviously getting all the notes from the people at the party. And then just spending as much time as possible with her kids and setting up her new monastic traditions.
That reminds me.
As
I
well as
forgot
also taking in the shifter children, who are probably completely, fully just orphaned now, because even Starlight's gone now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Aurora's getting a very big family.
Osrius has a very big family. It's a good
Okay.
thing he's a wealthy merchant.
Yep.
We also have my brother that can help take care of things, and my parents. So, like...
I'm not saying he's
Osrius
alone.
isn't alone.
I'm just saying, yeah, Osrius has a lot of children to look after.
Yeah, I mean, she's also going to make some specific potions very potent for Osrius to sell, but these are like verily imbued with her holy magic or holy power.
Good.
So if they're not used up by the time, yeah.
Okay. Aurora?
Mhm.
Oh wait, potions of
Oh.
life and potions of sub. How many potions of major sub do you guys have?
Yeah, can you just like channel all of the potions of sub into like one or like a few just like revivify elixirs or something? I don't know.
I did turn a few into joint healing, so if
I think all of them
those
ended
ones
up
could
being
also be
joint
there.
healing.
No, we got like one or two, or
We got
we
a
got a few
couple at
extra
the end.
ones.
Oh yeah, but all of those your upgrade basically upgraded the entire bandolier.
Hey yo.
Oh.
Annabelle, how many potions of sub are there?
A few. I don't remember. Let's go find out. Here's the bottom of the character sheet. This is the spell sheet. We currently have 3 potions of Supreme, but those were like the potions that got put into potion to potion to potion. Those are like the highly condensed versions of the potions.
Mm-hmm.
So only 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we also got
think you guys
extra
got
sub potions. I
one
don't know where
more.
Asger put those.
I think you got one
Yeah,
more.
because I know I
or
got
2 more.
a couple on the last few episodes.
That's
Yeah.
right. That number might have been accidentally missed on being bumped up. So
No worries. So there are five potions of mass
Yeah, I think
sub.
five mass sub potions are excellent to just have out and about in the world.
Yep.
And I still have like a few other things that I'm going to be giving a few of my relics to my kids as well. So, Bracers of Defense, she's keeping. The reps will be passed down.
Mm-hmm.
She'll leave her alchemist supplies with the rhodonite in it. And she's also gonna leave behind. Okay, basically everything in her inventory is basically being left behind, except for the bracers and her mask.
All right, Aurora. Who do you nominate to go next?
I voluntold Zestrava.
Nicely done.
Voluntold.
Yeah, it is good.
Strava.
So Strava spent like the past year prior to the big fight, like helping everybody and doing everything she could to make sure that things would go well for everybody. So over the next month, she is calling in all of her favors and borrowing a large plot of land just south of the current capital. And as she calls in her favors, she is essentially erecting a giant stage. Also calling in favors to hidden depths to make sure that his ship is available. And on the whole month, she's just spreading rumors, working with all of her friends and people she's known to try and get everybody who is available to show up to this giant concert.
So, question for your stage. Is it just a stage? Is it an auditorium? Set the stage.
It is perfect. It's going to be outdoors. That way as many people can come, and she'll work with, some of the mages and casters and call in some favors, perhaps from, who are our 4 magic levelies?
You end up finding, because I rolled, not too long after Cypher interacted with Kai, you actually see Aster appear, having heard about this. I see you're doing an outside stage. I assume that's so that way you can have the sound travel. But the weather, especially in Rolla, could be a problem. Would you want me to kind of set a thing above so that way you never have to worry about weather harming your instruments?
Exactly. You're harming the crowd. Make sure the weather is perfect and wonderful for party and gallantry all night long.
That part, you'd be better. I mean, I could probably do that, but I don't know. You'd want something more permanent, and I don't want to stop rain from falling over there. So I think what I'm just gonna do, and you watch as she forms. So it is an outdoor stadium, but it kind of has just like a ceiling of magic where if it snows or rains, it's just gonna hit the ceiling and then harmlessly drift off. That'll also mean that if it's snowing, you'll also have like a ceiling of snow,
globe
basically.
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like nothing's really should be growing inside of your stage.
No, exactly. Make it perfect and wonderful. And calling in a favor from Hidden Depths because Lustraught wants to ride in grand bardic fashion on a ship and then fly down in her Quetzalcoatl form, like, to the stage.
So I'm going to say the concert, because you guys have enough magic that you could get this stage built quick. The concert ends up coinciding with the great celebration. So basically you guys have the amazing concert and then you get all of the food made by Sir Tristram the Brave.
We have Cypher set up a temporary like portal for a day between the two places, you know? It's all good.
So, in depth. I think that we could do that. I'm going to be flying my pirate.
I mean, I would expect nothing less. This should be a fun night of revelry, and I'm sure you'll have some fantastic adventures out in the crowd.
I think that bit of life is
a different type of surfing, if you will.
I think that bit of life is done. I am going to charge some people for some performances, though. I would enjoy getting some coin.
Oh, I would expect nothing less.
Good. And he takes a sip of a nice red wine, which you recognize as from the vineyard of the Julians.
Yay!
Or it got destroyed.
Ooh, a limited edition. Yes.
All of the world.
And on the night of the concert, each song is a composition of each of the six of us spinning our different tales and things of that nature, talking about our origins and where we've come from and the different journeys we've had together. And the very last song is going to be just an overall send-off of us and a spinning of tales of each of us. And it talks about and this will be like the founding song of Zastrava's church.
As you're playing the song, you actually notice that a few of your former bandmates are back and recording the notes and the lyrics. Like, each one is set on a different part, and so that way they are composing it, well, as they're hearing it. So that way the song is not lost.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Perfect. Zastrava can sing. I cannot. But it goes. In the tapestry of time, your story unfolds. Fate weaves its thread, your mysteries untold. Life's a fling with destiny, a single fleeting chance. The journey with a certain end, so never miss a dance. O life, a fragile dance upon the edge, between birth and death, a cosmic ledge. In the symphony of chaos, you find your way. Hope will guide you, night and day. Time, a relentless river, flows so fast, leaving echoes of moments a fleeting past. The shadows of yesterday will find our truth. Embrace the present, time's the proof. A fragile life upon the edge, between birth and death, a cosmic ledge. The symphony of chaos finds your way. Hope will guide you night and day. Through the labyrinth of choices you'll navigate, facing storms, embracing fate. Dance with chaos, find your grace. A melody of hope echoes throughout this vast space. Death, a silent companion on a cosmic ride. A transition to the unknown where souls abide. Yet in the cycle of life, hope rings true. Time is now. Embrace what is really you. So let the music of existence play. The grand design, find your way. For in a cosmic tapestry, we all belong. A journey in time, a universal song.
Very good.
Oh,
Well
yes.
composed.
And not the grand design of Illithids, just the grand design.
Mhm.
Anything else, Strava?
No, that's it.
Who do you? I say, who do you nominate? Well, you got two choices. Who are you nominating next?
Has Asher gone yet?
Ashra and Shirku
No, it's
are your
Ashra and
choice.
Shirku. Whose
Alright.
tale do you want told?
Let's go with chaos.
That's Shirku.
I'm chaos? Well then.
Oh yeah. You're doing time fuckery. Do you know how complicated stories instantly become when there's any mention of time travel?
Yeah, I could
So
turn
let's-
back. I could turn back time, and we could do all this entire campaign all over again.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh god, no. We barely got through it the first time.
Rich just shaking his head like, "Please no, please no."
This is how we get the bad ending.
It would be how you'd get the bad ending.
I mean, if the bad ending did happen, if a bad ending did happen, Shirku could actually just go, "Yep, let's do that all over again."
Yeah, except for if you turn back time to the beginning of this, you no longer are God of Time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'd have to get it back all over again.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
That's
some
the hard part.
And this is the point where some deities do not forget what they've been through,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they're from the far realm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, Shirku or Ashra? I heard chaos, so the chaos terrain.
I mean, I went fairy first, so I think it should be Shirku.
Okay, let's go Shirku.
All right, so for the final month, he would have gone back to visit his sister to start off with, to, well, tell her the news of what's going to happen soon, and spends the remaining time, or some of the time he has, to, well, be a family with her.
So, when you do end up telling her that you're going to be disappearing in 4 weeks.
About 4 weeks. Yeah.
Well, actually, 3 10 days. Sorry, 3 weeks. I have a calendar now. It's 3 10 days. It's a month. You end up getting decked, Shirku. Like,
Hell
what?
yeah. Hell
Right
yeah.
down on the ground.
Yes.
You're going to leave me?
07.
Not physically, maybe. Shirku says, somewhat laughing from the hit. That's quite the arm. If that. He gets up, but hugs her. Spiritually, I'll always be here with you. No matter where we are.
She does hug you back. Just like,
Mhm.
man, I guess that just means I'll be alone over here. See how it is.
Not entirely. Like I said, I'll still be here with you. Spiritually, if I can. He pulls back from the hug for a moment and places his hands on her shoulders. And I'd like to actually channel over and transfer all my remaining fate points over to his sister.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah. How many Are you channeling out? How many have you been hoarding and holding out on us?
Well, let's find out.
What do you mean, let's find out? It's on your sheet, right?
Yeah, but I don't think he had his sheet open.
No, I
okay.
didn't. Roll20's been giving me problems. Again.
Oh, wait, I can open it.
I was like, I'm nowhere close to my Roll20. I have it as the map up there, so that way the...
24. 24 fate points.
Nice. That could have been helpful, I feel like, at a couple of points, but it all worked out.
You know, we're looking at you a little bit, but that's okay.
But yeah, he transfers over that and gives her a blessing of time. More of the protection of time, so if anything comes to effectively close to harm her or killing her, time would, or at least in a small radius around her for a short time, would freeze for a short moment. And
Or
give
it
her
could be that, like, that sort of thing where you get that 6 seconds of, like, the visions of, like, something's about to, like, shoot you, hit you, whatever.
Yeah, something like that. And give her that moment of reprieve and ability to just avoid that danger.
Okay.
That precognition.
Oh yeah.
Time stop once per day as a reaction. Got it.
Time stop, got boom.
Well, but it's not even like her reaction. It'd be like a triggered.
Yeah, well, that's how I'm...
Oh yeah, very good. No, I like it.
Nazaldi's a drow. She might be alive for the next campaign.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the big thing why I'm giving it to her. She'll still be around.
Maybe. We'll see how the world goes.
Yeah. There's a number of other things I've been wanting to do before leaving, but this is the first thing I could think of doing. The second thing was going back to our old home and, if possible, try rebuilding something new from it.
I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. That's where Tristan the Brave was going to go as well.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't know that, though.
It's true. But
Aww.
it's going to end up being Nazaldi and Tristan the Brave rebuilding.
Oh, that would be
the
so
town.
good. And you're just all three together and you have a whole army and all that. You can help to, you know, as the time stop god, help lead
Oh no,
Asker's armies to victory or whatever.
Jerku won't be there.
Ah, okay.
Eventually. Because again,
Eventually.
1 month.
Yeah.
True.
But otherwise, thinking of leaving a form of an artifact behind, and I wanted to ask if you could look after it as it developed and took shape while I was gone.
I can do that for you. Little brother.
Nothing ominous
Thank
here.
you, Big Sis.
What artifact are you giving her?
It's actually, I sent you the idea of the artifact in your DMs to see if it was
Sliding
something
in my
applicable.
DMs. I see how you are, Shirku.
I know.
It's a lot of detail for
Naughty.
something, but I figured it'd be something that you probably want to look at first. See if it's possible.
I know how that's going to get. So basically, you and Nazaldi travel to your old home, and you have the starting of a seed that you plant that grows underneath where the tower actually would have been if there was an actual tower there. But there was never actually a tower there. So, yeah. But so there's a seed that starts to grow that you gift some of your power to, and that'll cause something of that to grow. We'll see
Alright.
how that goes for if you guys end up ever getting there for next campaign.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see how it develops.
Okay. Anything else, Shirku?
Well, I would like him to visit his father's old grave.
Not
And
too.
Yeah, and say his final farewells again, recounting the final tales of the adventures since they last met, or last he was last there visiting.
Nizaldi does leave a hand, put a hand on your shoulder for that one.
Yeah, the encounter with the devourer entity, and the reason to why he's unable to stay.
Mm-hmm.
More or less time to be just time spent with family and whatnot, and beyond that, whatever time remaining, he's going to spend it with his sister and helping whoever he comes across to near.
Okay.
And more or less helping those who are having to survive hardships, along with eliminating any remaining demons and aberrations. But that's pretty much should be it. I can't think of anything else. There's not much I can do that's major aside from why I DM'd you.
Yep. So, to the god of chaos.
That's not me. Just wild magic and family and freedom.
We all know that you're the actual god of chaos here.
No, I am here only to do good things. And
I'm
I
not-
start off my month reuniting with Aurora after we came together and saved the world. I find out that my child has children of her own, and I'm more than delighted to pick them up, and off we go to teleport and see and meet the new ones and bring them to paradise that's starting to change and take form since I had ascended first among my friends and had already started shaping the parallel plane of reality that is starting to intermesh with the island of paradise. And Aurora gets a sneak peek at growing glowing crystals, growing from trees, growing from the dinosaurs themselves and the shifters. Bring a lively energy, a constant thrum and hum throughout the island. And giving each of the children their blessings to save them once in their time of need and to remind them should they forget who they are and of their bond, of their blood bond to me, that as they are mine, they are welcome back home. But I have much work to do when Aurora has much work to do when other people talk to, and so we take Aurora, Osrius, and the children back to their eastern continent, and I return home to bless my beloved firstborn, my raptor Havoc, with the Soul Emerald, which gives him the ability to, for a brief period of time after dying, tether the soul of the children of the shifters, their dragons and dinosaurs, to help him guard the island. And so the island has ghostly guardians of the recently departed. It's not that they're held forever, but that their souls linger to protect the young ones after, especially in the wakes of disasters. And so our generations will endure. And to this note, I spend much of the first 2 weeks of the month building a druidic, draconic graveyard nesting ground protected by Havoc and the spirits and the shifters themselves that provides protection for all sorts of children. And as part of the edicts and part of Ashra's own bond and desire to protect children, she tasks those who come after to do the same. This will eventually lead to the shifters and their fey nature occasionally going out into the world to pick up birds or chicken or dragon eggs and bring them back to the island. And in very, very rare cases, when there is a child in very dire need, they might just disappear into the night, be taken back to paradise.
Nice
So
little
feeding
thing.
into
Nice little
Yeah, a
fae
little-
thing.
Oh, it's yeah. They may not see themselves as fae, but that doesn't mean that they are not. And so, then after the first 2 weeks, it is party time. We give out a great roar and have a great time. We feast to our heart's content. We watch Zastrava's Quetzalcoatl swirling down from the skies and give the rousing performance in memory of their actions. She runs into Aurora again, meets Asker and her children, gives plenty of play fights and head bumps with Shirku, wishing him all the best. And with Cypher, there are a few twitchy moments as in the time of madness of Cypher's madness was mostly focused on trying to breach in and bring undead to paradise. There are some touch and go moments, and Ashra redeems the one favor owed to ban Cypher and his kin and followers from paradise.
So
With the,
his
with the
kin is
exception-
included in that, correct?
Yes, but that is going to be below his below the exception given to Asker and Aurora as Ashra's kin, sadly. Like the filters here are imperfect and there are some holes for Cypher to make it in.
I just wanted to check because there are some family members of Cypher we never got to and discussed.
Mhm.
I just wanted to see if they were also banned.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did we
And the ban includes like undead. It still includes most humanoids and fae, but I did want to leave like the small openings, the whole like bloodline things where evil gods are like, yes, if I convince this child to go to the island because they are the one who can make it through the barrier, sort of things.
Sadly, Cypher is not the god of undead, so undead could probably still get there.
Oh yeah. No, the ban for undead is not like on you necessarily. Ashra has to set up her own barriers as far as that, but she conveys to you. We're still working on formalizing all of that magically reinforcing. And it's not that there's hatred. Like when it comes together, they both want the world kept together and all of that, but Cypher or we can't risk another Cypher madness arc, especially if I'm not going to be there to protect them from the types of trouble that you can cause. And just inevitably, humans and humanoids and all of that are a bit too reckless with magic and don't have the natural flow of it. I don't know if Cypher wanted anything rebuttal in that.
Cypher will actually rebuttal because he does. He will
Yes.
bring up, "I need to collect the souls of the dead,
And they will pass along.
but they need to be guided."
And that's what the soul gem is for.
Risky. I'll allow it, but do note, if something happens to that soul gem, your people's souls are damned to the island.
My people don't have souls like you have souls. And the island is our home anyway. Our people are made and born of magic. And when we die, we
Cypher
return
just
to it.
warns there could be repercussions. Magic has fundamentally changed.
Mm-hmm.
More than Cypher knows.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm.
But Cypher did have some nice ominous words there.
Good, good. Mm-hmm. And I'll
Great.
still be watching over them, and we'll nudge them along your way when they're ready. Let's see. And so, the party concludes, and even a dragon can be satiated for a brief period of time.
Anything about the deep ones and or the...
Oh, that's why I was saying that's the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
We still have second 2 weeks now. Because after watching Zastrava's rousing show, Ashra remembers that the shifter's side of the tale needs to be told and passed along. And so Ashra will go and fly over, rather than teleporting back home, she will fly over the sea and call to the deep ones and trade her feathers for the scales and skin and dive into the depths to meet the ones who live forever, who gather stories of love and loss, timeless and keen-minded, and tell them the tale of how she was chosen by Anastriana, the Alpha before, and how she visited other continents to other worlds, and tell them the tale of Antonius and Karvik, of Guy Wolfinski and Howard, of Solaris and Edwin, of Jasper and Orion, and how she found the key to becoming a dragon, how what she saw in the dragon arena, the mirrors, and what she learned of Lustraught, of how they died and were reforged, and how how Mila became Ashra, returned, reunited with the party, and how we struggled and we fought, how Ashra was split in two and then reunited with LaFay, and through the fates and through love and all of that, LaFay was purified, of how Hamu served as Alpha nobly for many, many ages, but he was swayed and strayed, and so Ashra ascended and fought for the world again and again. But in the end, because these stories for the deep ones always have to have lament, and in the end, Ashra will be forced to leave their people with a heavy heart, and only lingering magics and these tales remain.
Is that all for you?
Oh no. And so then we swim back up from the depths through which no light can touch, and we set the magical wards and help shape the earth and shape the island to be what it needs, the reefs to be strong, the mountains to be high. And she works with LaFay to build the bridge off of the mountain of the first step of the gods to be the step into the wild magic realm should someone need to cross and reach. And at the very end, at the end of days and the last minutes, Ashra tends to her greatest treasure, her secret. She tends to the golden egg, which may take aeons to hatch, but when it does, it will change everything. Ah.
With that.
And that. So.
With one.
Hmm?
May I add one little thing that I forgot about that I
Yes.
think will be
Yeah.
interesting?
Yeah.
Deep in the dark, there stands a cipher before a tank, but there's something wrong about this tank.
Uh-oh.
And this cipher is falling apart. The grave dirt holding him together. The magic's not working. And as he looks at this tank and the thing being birthed in it, he smiles as a last hint of green in his eyes fades away and collapses.
No.
Remember, there was a cipher that went mad looking
Oh
at
yeah.
Lustraught.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That being said,
And I will hear you. I have to let my cat out.
as midnight strikes, exactly 30 days after Cypher casts the spell, all of you are wrapped in a shining light. Those with loved ones around have a chance for a parting gesture or a whispered promise before their being is ripped from this world. Each of you find yourself in a realm of your own making. A sense of home washes over you, quickly followed by a sense of connection to the other divine realms, if you so wish. You're able to connect to even Celestia as you start to sense an influx of souls to fill the void of your realm. First, of friends and loved ones lost, then those who innately feel connected. Celestia is slowly emptied, and left with only the dancing souls of Plomine and Jeziro. Shirku is hugged by a father who has shredded from the world, but is whole once more. Aurora is greeted from her grandparents, who she's not seen since she was a young cub. Cypher watches as the souls flow through a river as they head to their final resting place. Ashra watches as her paradise grows and an egg begins to crack.
And yes, and in the moments before we are sent away, we will headbutt LaFay and give over the last, or the gems of her strength, the jet diamonds, the tiger's eye, and the goddess's blessing. And we will take with us the basin of scrying so that we can always keep watch. But yes, we watch the egg crack.
And before we go off and get taken away, one final word from Shirku on what he, instead of a former promise to his sister mainly, that no matter if it's past, present, future, as long as time flows and continues to roar like a river, I will always exist with you and be a hand guiding.
So as the Strava finds herself in front of a grand harp, each string tied to a different individual's fate.
Mm-hmm.
And to think, this all started in a small tavern outside of Witherthorn. As a small band of flames gathered through an onslaught of darkness. They grew together, becoming friends, and their small flame ignited into a beacon for the rest of the world. Together they helped pull the world from the verge of despair and out of the depths of oblivion. As these friends have made the world a safer place for families to feel at peace. The world may still have its dangers, but the world will continue to exist. That is all thanks to this small group of friends.
Woohoo. And to one great DM.
Thank you.
We did it!
Ayo!
Thank you greatly for the campaign.
Before we fully end, Aurora's the goddess of life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can those simulacrums come to life without her allowing them?
Uh-oh.
Can she prevent those tanks from...
Nope.
No?
Nope, that's magic.
Okay.
And those tanks are mostly all good for you guys. Mostly.
I just wanted to try to do one fun thing as a life goddess.
So, that being said, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for joining us. Remember that even if your flame isn't the brightest at this moment, it's still lighting someone else's world.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you and have a fantastic evening. We'll see you in the new year.
Even if this form fades.
See you next year, everyone.
Woohoo!
Yes.